All right. So let me say good morning to you, good morning to my co-panelists, and then, of course, to my constituents in Lambuse who may be watching us this morning. I would say that what has happened is a very regrettable, unfortunate incident. And I say it's regrettable because you can see an unintended consequence of the strike action. When I get there, I'll explain it. But I'll summarize everything that has happened as one of a communication gap that led to lack of understanding, which he has alluded to. And this lack of understanding led to either side of the divide interpreting the intentions and motives of the other one wrongly. And Bella, I'm making this with several years of experience as a union leader myself and knowing what they feel, and as somebody who has worked in the emergency setting, but also having the additional understanding as someone who sits on the board of the Ministry of Health and also chairs a teaching hospital board like this, like Kolebu Teaching Hospital. And what do I mean by communication gap? If you look at it and the misunderstanding that has resulted from it, the doctors took what I would call a good clinical decision. The management, all those who were gathered there, took a good clinical decision. And he has explained everything that went into that decision. And at some point, if you permit me, I'll give you excerpts of minutes of the meeting they held. And they did ensure that there was continuity of care and no patient was harmed. So clinically, you will say they didn't err. Because technically, you don't want to admit people when you know you cannot care for them. You don't want to admit people and then they will die because there's no oxygen port and all of that. And when that happens, one, it amounts to giving the general public false hope that if you come here, you can get help. And then we get there and you cannot get it. It amounts to giving people assurance that does not exist. So in terms of clinical decision, it was a good clinical decision. However, and this is where the communication gap is, this decision was communicated in a manner that led to a breach in institutional governance protocol. And so we have to disaggregate the two. They should not have communicated it the way it was communicated.
Communicated to who, the public or to the minister?
First, to the public, second, even to the minister. Mind you, all public facilities, health facilities in this country belong to the government. They are held in trust by the president on our behalf. The person acting on the authority of the president as owner of all these facilities is the minister. And so if you need to shut down a section of a public health facility,